All right, we need to talk because a lot of things are happening in the world, and I need to explain a few things to you guys. Number one, medical doctors. What is the real purpose of medical doctors? Even though the physicians want to help people, the actuality purpose of a medical doctor in the eyes of the enemy is to make sure that you don't put your dependency and trust and belief in Jesus. That's the whole purpose of the majority of these things that are in the world today. They don't want us gravitating, they don't want us walking, they don't want us talking to God. And so they put these other little things up that would somewhat have sort of an appearance of what we desire. Satan knows what your flesh desires. Remember, sin and death entered the world. And when it did, our attention turned away from God to the things of the flesh. And so this is how Satan operates. And that being said, even though there's a very good medical doctors out there, so if you are a medical doctor and you're watching this video, I just want you to understand, if you have the good intent and purpose in your heart to help people, then so be it, do that. But the real purpose of your job is so that people will put their trust in science and medical experts instead of God, who heals. Jesus touched lepers. Jesus healed the sick, the blind. Doctors, all they do is look at injuries, even though they have a good intent in their heart to do it. And I'm not knocking them for doing this, but Satan wants us to put our eyes in the physical things so that we will never understand the spiritual things when they happen. Our trust in God in a way that would take faith. Now, with that being said, inflation. Let's talk about this because I realize what the true intent and purpose of inflation is. A lot of people are like, I'm not going to take they said, I'm not going to take that thing. And they said, well, if my job is requiring me, then I'm not going to do it, and you can just fire me and you can keep your job. But what are you going to do when the bills go up? That was the whole purpose of this. Most people in their ignorance are doing exactly what the system wants them to do. This is a teenage B system. When the Antichrist comes, it's going to be a full adult. It's going to be fully adult. And we need to look at the bigger picture. We can't look at the slideshows. We need to look at the bigger picture of every single thing that is happening right now. We must not be ignorant. We must understand what this purpose is. It's not just genocide. We got to understand that they want you to freak out. They want you to react the way that you're reacting. They want you to put your trust in your guns. They want you to say, not me. They want you to do this. They already calculated it. They sat at a big table one day and was like, we're going to know how to move this thing, have this thing. So they know your reaction. They've been studying us for years. And when they were getting ready to do this, they knew what they were doing. They knew that you were going to say no. They knew that some people were going to say yes. And one thing that we should understand is that we can't react in the way that the flesh calls us to react. You have to put your trust in Jesus Christ now. You have no other choice. You have reached the end of your rope. This will not save you. That's just given. One thing that people must understand is that we can only walk by faith, not by sight. When you say no to this, you're going to lose your job. That's the whole point of inflation. That's why they ran inflation right around the same time that this was going on. The big V. And so when you lose your job and you don't have any income, that's when the prices of everything is going to go up. Notice that it didn't happen right away. Notice that it's happening right around the time that they want it to happen because everything is pretty much planned out.